Welcome back to the Pach-Attack from Lionel, or Lionel if you prefer. Hey Pac, why is it that Microsoft has a bunch of gaming-related video apps such as Revision 3, that stars my friend Adam Sessler. We love Revision 3. GameSpot, IGN, GameTrailers, and Sony has none. I don't know the answer to this. Does Microsoft have exclusivity deals with every one of them, or do they not think the PlayStation gamers will like this content as well? I don't know the answer. GameTrailers, is that an exclusive Xbox, or could you be on PS4?
I think like PlayStation has like higher standards of like video apps. You know what I mean?
You mean they want like better content than you guys are able to produce? Better stuff than this? No, really, what do you mean, like better quality?
Like they only have like Crackle and Hulu, like they don't have like a lot of like...
No, I know they don't, but I mean, is it because they won't take you?
I think we've been trying. I have no idea, to be honest.
Okay, so the official answer from the non-official source at GameTrailers is, I think we've been trying, but I don't know. If a GameTrailers employee doesn't know, how the hell am I going to know? I don't know. I got to say, I think that the right answer is because Microsoft thinks that it'll help to sell more Xbox Ones, and Sony doesn't think it'll help to sell more PS4s. I don't really know the answer, though. I'll give you a clue, though. Get a Chromecast for 35 bucks and plug it into your TV, and you can watch anything from the internet on your TV, so who cares? I mean, it's not hard to find this content, but I don't know. I think the question, instead of being asked to me, you should ask Dear Jack at Sony, because Jack will tell you. And next time I see Jack, I will ask, and so I'll try in a future Pach-Attack to answer this question, but I don't know the answer. We have a question from Mean. Hello, Mr. Pachter. Do you think a gaming programmers, artists, directors, etc. union is necessary for the industry to become mature? If one or more are established, what will that mean to the gaming industry and its investors? I'm pretty much an anti-union person, except for when the unions protect the safety of the workers and when the unions represent workers who are taken advantage of and underpaid. This industry is pretty well paid. I mean, I think the average wages in the industry is like 68,000 bucks. Just, you know, look around you and check out how many people are making 68,000 bucks. It's above the median income, definitely above the global median income. And I don't think that people work in dangerous conditions. There are the cases of studios that have been alleged to have abused their employees by requiring them to work ridiculous overtime hours and having crunch time lasting 6 months to a year. I remember the letter from EA Spouse a few years ago, and I actually don't even remember what game it was. And I remember the team that worked, I think it was Red Dead Redemption, but it was the Rockstar San Diego. There was a big expose on how hard they worked. Was it Midnight Club or Red Dead?
Had a huge name?
LA Noire was one in Australia. That was that Brendan guy. That one I know. But I mean, we had the EA Spouse, we had the Rockstar San Diego. Again, it was like a wife or something. And then the employees at God, I forgot who made LA Noire. I used to know this too.
Me too. Oh man.
I know.
They're working on like, what is it called? Like Wench of the Orient or something?
Yeah, they're like a movie studio now or whatever. But anyway, the studio in Australia, I forget Brendan, whatever, Sullivan or Brendan some, they apparently overworked their employees. You know, do you need a union for that? I mean, I understand that there are cases where the workers are overworked and kind of abused, but I think that a union isn't going to necessarily solve that, and I frankly think that most of the publishers wouldn't want to deal with unions. It's just a headache, and I think in the publisher's eyes, it's just, it's hard to pay people incentive comp. You end up as a union, you end up being kind of paid hourly. So while I think that the quality of life for the people at the very bottom would increase, I think the quality of life for the people at the top would be worse. I think they wouldn't make as much money, and they wouldn't generate the kind of profits that they make. The guys, Nirvana for a developer is to form your own studio or have ownership in your studio. So nobody's feeling sorry for the Bungie guys, who I would imagine work their buns off because they all make plenty of money, and they own Destiny when they're done. Activision may own the IP, but they're going to get a big profit share. Nobody feels sorry for the guys at Valve. Nobody feels sorry for the guys at Epic, the guys at Bethesda. Those guys get paid. So I think that really high quality developers can get paid a ton. I think there'll be resistance among the publishers to have union employees because I just don't think they want the headache of somebody suing them because they got carpal tunnel syndrome or something and they go out on disability and the game gets delayed. I think they want to be able to be on schedule. And there clearly are unions in other entertainment industries. I mean, the screen actors have a union and directors have a union. And it has worked for Hollywood, but I mean, it is kind of silly when you see, an actor who gets 20 million bucks a picture out there on the picket line. You don't see it. In other words, they really don't go on strike. They will respect the picket line if the screenwriters can't get a new contract, but I don't think it's necessarily a good thing. I believe in a free market, and I think that unions have their place to ensure safety of workers in a factory. Of course, you want to make sure the factory doesn't collapse or catch on fire, but you really don't need to protect people making video games in most cases. So no, don't think so. Thanks for joining us on this week's Pach-Attack. If you have a question, please submit it to the link below, or if you'd like to submit a question to me on Twitter, address it to @MichaelPachter. If you'd like it on the show, add the hashtag AskPach, and we'll try to get to as many of those on the next round of Pach-Attacks as we can.